Well, a new survey finds Canadians want to avoid airport chaos following flight disruptions earlier this summer.
For a closer look at the results, we are joined live now by John Schmuhl, managing editor at rates.ca. John, good afternoon. So it says that 1/3, 35% of potential plane travelers have made changes to their travel plans. Are you surprised by this? Do you think it should have been more or less?
We're not too terribly surprised. I mean, to give you some background, our website allows people to get travel insurance before they travel. And we've seen trends over the last year where previously Canadians had started to scale back their traveling after the pandemic. And we've steadily seen them come back. And then all of a sudden in 2022, there is just a huge pile on of people looking for travel insurance quotes. So we saw this consumer demand for travel coming back in a huge way. And the fact that it is now filling up airports, filling up planes, people, just such a high volume want to get out and travel again. There's no surprise that airlines and airports are feeling this pinch. So to have 1/3 of people see this on television, to hear from their friends, wow, I had a terrible trip. There's just so many people at the airport. We're not surprised that 1/3. In fact, it might be a low number. I mean, speaking to friends, everyone's saying, should I take a trip this year? Oh, maybe I should just wait a year until this figures itself out.
Yeah, John, I bet someone who watches the industry, your phone probably rings off the hook a lot from people looking for perhaps some inside advice. I wonder if you think those numbers kind of speak to the sort of the balancing act on travel right now. There's been this pandemic, buildup of anticipation of people wanting to travel. We've seen the numbers go high. But at the same time, like you said, all these stories, we're covering it on a daily basis. Pearson being among the worst airports in the world in terms of canceled flights. So you're thinking, well, if I'm going to go, I'm going to hedge my bet and get the insurance. It must be significantly higher on an insurance buy-wise than you've likely ever seen before.
Yes, so that's one thing that our survey found, but also that our site is more people who usually would travel without insurance are opting to get travel insurance. And specifically, they're interested in getting forms of insurance that will protect them against lost luggage or canceled or delayed flights, right? So there's two types of travel insurance. There's kind of your medical insurance that covers you if you break your leg and you need to go to the hospital and stay in another country in that hospital. There's also the kind that will protect you if, like I said, your luggage is lost or your flight is delayed or canceled. And that's where the big interest is right now, because that's what's happening. So many people are missing their flights or being told that they're canceled or showing up to their destination and then being told your luggage didn't arrive. And you don't figure out where it is until 3 weeks later, right? So people want to protect against that. They want to ensure that they don't lose their money, or if they lose their personal belongings while they're traveling, they're compensated for it.
Absolutely. Okay, these are fascinating numbers. John Schmuhl, appreciate this. He's the managing editor at rates.ca. Good to talk to you this afternoon, John.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.